I've suggested to many of my companies the need to think about technology. I'll give an example. I was associated with a company that had a block cave mine. And as you know, with block caves, all your capital is up front because you develop the undercut, which beneath the ore body, and then you rely on the geotechnical aspects of the rock to collapse and come towards your draw points. And then based on your geotechnical model, you should be then drawing on various parts of the ore body based on that geotechnical model. I think that block caving is one of the earliest mining methods that you can automate and make it fully autonomous. And you could imagine that if you had on every shovel that went to every draw point, a sensor that could tell you what was the grade of the ore coming out of that draw point. So you would have now, because again, with a block cave, you drill it off, but once the cave starts to happen, you can try and predict how the rock is moving and coming down to your draw points. But it's a very imprecise method of trying to determine where the ore is going and where the dilution is coming from. But if you had a geotechnical model that informs you where you need to draw on the ore body, and then you had a geometallurgical model which actually looks at every scoop and every bucket of ore you take from a draw point and tells you exactly what the grade is there, you can then reconcile all of that through an automatic system. And then you should be able to say, I take one scoop from that draw point, I take two scoops from that draw point, I get three scoops from that draw point, and you could automate that completely by having autonomous vehicles going and actually doing that through a computer program. And so I have suggested that to a company that I was involved with. But to your point earlier around why don't people want to do this, I think they had a very lean management organization. They were very focused on solving some immediate problems, and so they just didn't have the capacity to lift their heads and see that maybe what was being suggested through automation like that was going to actually be a savior for them as opposed to extra work. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, when you're running your business on a firefight mode, and I think that's where a lot of these technologies are falling foul, is they show technical solutions, but they don't show economic solutions. And I think you need to translate a lot of these technologies and these approaches into what does it mean to the bottom line, and you need to then
Yeah.
pitch that to the C-suite, because when they see that pitch, they will adopt, and you've got to work it from the top down. At the same time, you've got to also build a relationship at operations because they can actually sabotage your project.